Hello, welcome to Poetry Changes Lives. Poetry and history and a thought for the day, all in one book. Here it is, here's the book, Poetry Changes Lives. There's a hardcover version as well. I think it makes a nice present to give people if you feel inspired to give a little present to a friend or a colleague. It's a very harmless book that you can dip into every day of the year and gives you a little bit of pleasure, a bit of information, and something to think about. Not many books do that on a daily basis, you know. Well, on this day in 1587, Mary, Queen of Scots, the tragic Queen of Scotland, formerly married to the Dauphin of France and suspected of plotting to win the throne of England, though we never quite know the truth of that one. She was executed on this day, beheaded at Fotheringhay Castle in Northamptonshire in 1587. When her time came, she appeared serene and smiling, but angrily refused the offer of prayers from a Protestant minister. Of course, she was a staunch Catholic. When they lifted her body after the execution, her pet dog, a Skye Terrier, was found hiding beneath her skirts. Reactions to Mary's death were surprising, though probably politically motivated. Queen Elizabeth of England was said to have been furious at the fact she had not been informed of the execution, although she had signed the death warrant. Don't know quite what she had expected. In Scotland, Mary's son James, when informed of the news, is said to have carried on with his hunting and other pastimes. He, of course, knew he was in line for the English throne on the death of Queen Elizabeth, so he didn't want to do anything to upset that. It could be said that Mary was lucky to have had a quick death. It seems she had been involved in a plot to assassinate Queen Elizabeth of England, known as the Babington Plot, and all the other members, all the other plotters were ruthlessly put to death. A terrible end. This poem by one of those plotters who was executed, Chidiock Tichborne, I think is very fine. Here it is. It's called The Housedove. A silly housedove happened to fall amongst a flock of crows, which fed and filled her harmless craw amongst her fatal foes. The crafty fowler drew his net, all his that he could catch. The crows lament their hellish chance, the dove repents her match. But too late it was her chance, the fowler did her spy, and so did take her for a crow, which thing caused her to die. That's obviously autobiographical in the case of Chidiock Tichborne, a sad end for a good man, basically. Today I ask that I will be steadfast and brave in all adversity and not seek to blame others. It's our response that matters, whatever the event. Thanks for listening today.